Check out these shorts. This video, 3.4 million views. This other video, 38 million, then 10 million, 31 million, and this one hit 66 million. This isn't luck, and these channels are not big either. It's just that they are using a format the algorithm understands. These type of videos are short and simple, anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds in length. They are rust removal videos. The object gets cleaned, rust disappears, shine reveals. That's the entire structure. I didn't assume it would work until I reverse engineered it frame by frame. But this is a format that is not only simple but also repeatable. The reason this format performs is because it's satisfying to watch. Your brain doesn't have to work, it just sees transformation. Dirt to clean, rust to shine. That dopamine hit is why people watch multiple videos in a row. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how we can produce videos like the ones that are getting crazy traction. I documented the entire workflow, prompts, tools, structure. So before we get into it, let me give you something. Below the video, inside the description, there is an organized Notion so you don't waste time figuring out what works. So skip the trial and error and grab it below. It's free. So the first step is figuring out what object you're going to remove rust from. This is where most creators lose momentum, because they rely on guessing instead of building a system. Lucky us, we have our workflow. So head over to the Notion and grab the ideation prompt, paste it into ChatGPT, and it will give you 10 to 20 rust removal topics. If you run into the same situation as me where none of the topics hit, just ask for more but be more specific. For example, I didn't add any specific ruling alongside the prompt at first, and so the output was weak. So I got specific and added World War II era military weapons and armory. Suddenly the ideas got better. That's because AI works best with specificity. So I chose this idea. Rust removal on a WWII Colt M1917 revolver. Now this important, the niche within the format matters a ton. You can't make random rust removal videos across different ideas and expect growth. You have to build a trend around what you're cleaning. For an example, since I went with WWII objects, the next few videos that I post will be a different object within this concept. Whether it's a military equipment, armory, historical weapons, I'm going to keep making World War II themed rust removal videos until the data tells me to shift. Since that niche has a built-in audience already interested in that era, I'm aligning with demand that already exists. If you pick something generic, random tools, random household objects, you're fighting the algorithm. But if you pick something with an audience already watching, vintage machinery, historical weapons, rare collectibles, you're working with momentum. So, make sure you don't just make one video with your idea. Treat it as a trend within a niche. One video proves nothing. A series proves a niche works. Next step is generating the actual images that will end up becoming your videos. But before we do that, we need to produce the actual image prompts. So head back over to the prompt Notion and grab the second prompt, which is the idea to image prompt. Then head over to ChatGPT and insert that prompt alongside your video information. From there, hit generate. You should have anywhere from 5 to 8 image prompts that are ready to be generated. The software I'll personally use for this is Flow, since their Nano Banana generation model is perfect for these types of videos. So inside of Flow, make sure you do what I am doing. Set the generation model to Nano Banana Pro. Set the aspect ratio to 9:16. Insert your first prompt and generate. The process for the following images is the same. Insert the second prompt using the first image scene as reference. Continue until you generated all of your scenes. Once you have all your images, they're still just images. You need to turn them into actual motion. Now, I tried using Flow's VO 3.1 generation model, but it wasn't working. That's sometimes the reality of YouTube. Software's bottleneck, so you have to look for an alternative. So I tested another tool. Try VO3.ai. It has the same generation model as Flow, VEO 3.1, and the output was sharp with great motion. I'm not saying try VO3 is objectively better. You could use Kling, Flow, or any platform with VEO 3.1. The model is what matters. Make sure you're using VEO 3.1 specifically. The process is straightforward. Firstly, we need to produce our image to video prompts. And to do that, we need to head back to the Notion and grab the final prompt inside. Then head over to ChatGPT and insert your image scenes alongside the image to video prompting. From there, we can move on to generating our video scenes. Take your first image, paste it as the starting frame, insert the matching video prompt, set aspect ratio to 9:16, hit generate. Then move to the next image. Same thing. Continue through all your scenes. If your image is blurry or ambiguous, the video gets weird and inaccurate. So spending an extra minute making sure each image is solid up front saves you time in video generation. The final step is editing, and this is where it gets simple because you're not doing much. Head over to any editor that you prefer. Personally, I will be using CapCut. Drop all your scene videos into the timeline in order. Analyze each one. If there are weird frames at the start or end, cut them out. Make sure one scene flows into the next smoothly. If there's a jump or a lag, trim a few frames. That's it. No transitions, no effects, no music, no captions. The transformation is the content that we spent time generating with Nano Banana and VO 3.1. Once you've trimmed and sequenced everything, watch it through once. If it flows, export. Then upload to Shorts, TikTok, Instagram Reels. That's the entire process. Ideation, image generation, video generation, editing, upload. From producing the concept to editing the finished video, you're looking at maybe 2 to 3 hours your first time. After that, once you lock in the system, it gets faster. But here's what I've noticed watching people attempt this. They understand the process, they know it works, but they don't stick with the niche long enough to see results. They make 2 videos, views are moderate. They think maybe it's not working, so they switch to a different topic. Like for instance, vintage tools. Then they test out historical machinery, then just random objects. And that pattern right there, that's what kills growth. The creators actually building channels, they pick a niche, then a niche inside of that niche, and make 10 videos. Watch the data. Then they decide to scale or shift. Limited decisions per month, not one per video. That consistency is what compounds. You understand the process now. Most people stop here. They watch, they try 1 or 2 uploads, then they drift. The difference between someone experimenting and someone building is simple. They execute consistently, and they get feedback before they waste months in the wrong direction. And that's exactly what Creator OS is for. The people inside are building these channels right now, testing niches, posting consistently, reviewing data together, making smart decisions, rather than emotionally, per upload. They are getting real feedback to help them to scale, seeing what actually converts in the algorithm. Most of them were exactly where you are right now. They watched these tutorials, they knew it was possible. Then they joined and actually launched their first channel within the first 2 weeks. If you're serious about building something serious, not just chasing a trend, this is where you do it. First link in the description. You'll know immediately if it's for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.